One of these days, one of these days, when the Lord call me home, well, soon we'll be done with the... Across South Carolina, Low Country, a quiet crisis is threatening the historic way of life on St. Helena Island, sacred Gullah Geechee land passed down since the Civil War, which is slipping away. The culprit, rapid coastal development, skyrocketing taxes, and a legal loophole known as heirs property. When land is passed down for generations without formal will, it belongs to all descendants collectively with no single deed. That leaves historic family plots exposed to predatory developers that can buy out just one distinct relative and legally force the entire family into selling their estate at an auction block. Experts say over 100,000 acres across the Low Country are vulnerable right now. For the people who call the island home, this isn't just property dispute. It is a battle for human rights, lineage, survival, and before history is permanently paved over, we are going to try to figure out a way to stop it.
It's a gift that I can pass on the knowledge to my children and grandchildren, and they can pass it on to their children and grandchildren.
How does a family lose land they've held since the 1860s? Well, it all comes down to a legal loophole in the Southern property law. When a landowner dies without a will, ownership splits among every living descendant. Over generation, one 10-acre plot can end up with hundreds of co-owners. Many are scattered all across the country. Now here's the danger. South Carolina law, any single co-owner, no matter how small their share, can ask the courts to force a sale of the entire property. Predatory developers actually exploit this. They track down distinct estranged heirs to buy their tiny fraction of their land for a cheap price. Then they file a lawsuit. The court then is ordered to force a public auction, effectively evicting the family members who have lived on the land and tended to that soil for a lifetime.
They have to go to everybody on that deed. They cannot get that property. If it's 13 people on that deed, and one out of 13 say no, they cannot do nothing with that property. That's how it is.
And then we had noticed, like, whenever we was trying to get a house on it, so
you can't get a house on it unless it's deeded to you, one specific person.
Okay. So that's why you see a lot of like mobile homes.
Yeah, you can put mobile homes on heirs property, but you cannot build on heirs property.
Okay. For the people of St. Helena Island, this land isn't just an asset to buy and sell. It is a sacred reciprocity of identity, lineage, and spiritual connection.
It was good growing up around my family and our plot of land. It was always something to do, and it was always a job to do. We never really had to go out and worry about things. We all lived off the land. Our crop was what we ate, and our grandma kept us safe. Man, it's possible everybody just work together. Because we're a real tight-knit family. Everybody get along. You know every family got their ups and downs, or they mishaps or stuff like that. But, like, it's heirs property, so really nobody can do nothing until the next person passed away or said so.
From unique Gullah dialect to traditional net fishing, this culture is fundamentally tied to the physical soil and water. Displacing a family means severing centuries-old lifeline. Protecting heirs property isn't just about real estate. It's an urgent human rights battle to save a living piece of American history. So basically it's like somebody just got up and say, okay, I want a house, and boom.
Yeah, my granddad was a union worker, and he used to work on the railroads. And he came down here, he seen a plot of land in Poppy Hill, brought my grandma down, and people just started migrating.
Defending the Low Country's heritage is moving beyond defensive courtroom battles. Today, the Gullah Geechee community is building an enduring shield against displacement through protective, sustainable solutions. Groups like the Center for Heirs Property Preservation are leading the charge. They are helping families map complex lineage, clear clouded titles, and draft formal wills to lock down their land permanently. But it's not just about legal aid. Advocates are training landowners to turn their properties into active economic assets through sustainable forestry, farming collectives. Families are generating revenue needed to fight off rising property taxes.
I don't know if that's like a lack of people losing their land or what the case may be, but there's a lot of for sale signs up. And I don't know if that's because of the property values going up or down, but yeah, there's a lot of signs around. Subdivisions being built is a big thing around here, but it is a lot of people around here, more people down here too. So that might be a thing. The more people, the more they build it up. Because on the compound, you own your own space. You can pull something down there on your own piece of property, and then that's yours.
This battle serves as a profound lesson for the entire nation. Land preservation isn't just about protecting open green spaces. It is about protecting human communities intertwined with them by securing clear titles, fostering community wealth, vibrant language, rich traditions, and enduring the spirit of the Low Country will remain firmly rooted in its ancestral soil for generations to come.
The hardships and the good times, all working in the field.